ki khubor ka Batisi TV lawan ra shapi da ka Orange Nissan Loom so pho near Fire Brigade Shillong.
Admissions are open at BDW International School. Enroll now.
Menteri Rangba ke Jylla Konrad ke Sangma ulapan menapai ba Jingrakhe ya ke jingdap sanpau Snem ke Jylla kala sedang nado ka khat pratarik unai weng arajar arpway na ka Tamasa Megong Festival kabalalong ha Babadamgre West Garo Hills District. Hagani kesngi Menteri Rangba ulapan bena ba ke sorkar kalamang ban pelut kumban laiklor AA na kabantaki arteli ki Tamasa kata ka Megong Festival bat ka Cherry Blossom Festival kabanlong hanong ba Shillong nado ka arfusan hado ka arpunyo tarik unai weng arajar arpuway. Hagani ka jo ka Jinglang Menteri Rangba ulapan benaru basyen on sa pleno ya ka Tribal Research Institute ha West Garo Hills District bat kani ka jaka kanday ka way na kijaka ka ba on lumtup ya baro ki culture jongki pait Rilum hagani ka than syate lamingi bat wat shabar kari India ru. Habapai siya kani ka Tamasa kabaki ong ka Megong Festival. Menteri Rangba ulaong bakani kanday ka Sdang jong ka Jingrakhe ya ka jingdap sanpau Snem jong ka Jylla. Bat nang ni syat ki program kindang beteng tat hadu baka Jylla kan penlong ya ka Jingrakhe ka ba he ba hanong ba Shillong ha ka arpuway tarik u kala lengkot arajar arpuar kabaday ka lengko sanpau Snem jong ka Jylla.
This is a 3-day festival that we have organized. And today is the first day, and we'll be having many guests coming from different parts of the state and the region and the country and even internationally to be part of this festival. Today's Megong Festival is also the beginning of the celebration of the 50 years of statehood for the state of Meghalaya, and also the beginning of the celebration for the 75 years of independence of our great country. Through the next months, we will be having a number of festivals, a number of programs before the 21st of January 2022, followed by a very big program in the state capital to mark the 50 years of our statehood, where we have invited the Honorable Prime Minister to be the chief guest, and we are awaiting the response from the PMO. And post the 21st of January 2022, also we will be having a number of programs and festivals throughout the state. To mark the celebration of 50 years, we have today launched the official logo for the 50-year celebration. We are also going to be starting the different social media handles today. And post that, as I said, many programs and festivals will be there throughout the state to mark and to celebrate the 50 years of our statehood. Part of those programs will also include inauguration of a large number of infrastructural projects throughout the year. It will also include a Northeast Youth Festival. We will also be hosting a number of sports events like the Northeast Cup, like the Table Tennis National Tournament, and many such tournaments, including the Meghalaya Day, the Meghalaya Games also will be hosted next year. So therefore, a large number of these programs will be held to mark the 50-year celebration. And as I said, today, along with the inaugural program of the Megong Festival, we are also launching the 50-year celebration program from today, which will continue for the next 1 year. Now up to 21st of January, and on that day, we'll have a big program in Shillong and the district headquarters, followed that again by a number of programs throughout the state. So I just wanted to take this opportunity and this occasion to thank the tourism department for this wonderful festival that has been organized, and I wish it the very best. I also would like to thank the DIPR, which is the nodal agency and the department, for the 50 years celebration of the state and the 75-year celebration of India's independence. So with these few words, once again, thank you very much, and I hope all of you enjoy the Megong festival also. So the state and the economy and the livelihood of the people depends on many sectors. We have a lot of work that is happening in the education department. We are having a lot of work that's happening in the tourism department, in the agriculture department, and in the road and infrastructure departments. And therefore, there's a budget for everything that we do. And if we were to stop the construction of the roads based on maybe some other needs of some other departments, then the road sector would suffer. So therefore, as a government, it is important for us to balance out the work that we do in the economy. Yes, there is expenditure involved in the tourism department and holding these festivals, but obviously there is a calculated outcome and benefit that we expect for the tourism sector, especially after the great difficulty it has gone through in the COVID times. And obviously it will benefit and create a lot of livelihood. So therefore, it is important for the government to handle and take care of the COVID situation and other expenditures, yet create the opportunity through tourism also. I remember some time back, the press had asked me the same question, that what have you done for tourism and what have you done to relieve the pressure and the difficulties that the tourism sector is facing. So the answer is this, that we are now trying to revive the tourism sector, and this requires us to invest in such programs in a very, very appropriate manner and a balanced manner. And today, we will be having tourists who are coming in from different parts of the country and different parts of the world. And we are hopeful that with a series of events like these, we will be able to bring back the entire benefit for the sector in the tourism industry as a whole. So we have a plan that in the coming years, we want to make this festival as a permanent festival. As you're aware, we have got the Garo Heritage Village, which is about 10 kilometers from here. We have the Tribal Research Institute, which is about 5 kilometers from here. And we intend to continue this Megong festival in this region and this area itself. And therefore, keeping in mind the logistics that were there available in this ground, and the fact that the entire Tribal Research Institute and the Garo Heritage Village is within the vicinity of this area, we felt that this is appropriate area to promote as a festival and a cultural center for Garo Hills region. And we hope that in the coming years, the Tribal Research Institute will also become a center for not just the cultures of Meghalaya, but also the cultures of the Northeast and Southeast Asia. The tribal culture is very rich, and therefore there are many aspects to it. But what is the underlying fact and underlying idea about having these festivals is to, number one, preserve our culture, promote it, and as I said, to celebrate and to be proud of our tribal culture. So therefore, there are many aspects in the tribal culture, whether it's the clothes that we wear, the food or the drinks that we eat and drink, whether the dance that we have, the language and the literature and the arts that we have, the sports that we have in the tribal culture, and in basic, the history and the folklore. All these aspects, I strongly feel, need to be, attention needs to be paid to it, and we need to preserve it. And we hope that this Megong festival will contribute a bit to that larger goal and larger objective of preserving, promoting, and celebrating the tribal culture. I think all cultures would want to preserve their culture, whether it's dwindling or whether it's going out or whatever word you've used. I think all cultures. You look at any other culture in the country, you look at cultures around the world. Everybody does their part to preserve it because it's a part of your identity. It's who you are, and I think it's important that our younger generation should be aware of that, and it's only a step to ensure that we continue to preserve it, promote it, as I said, and celebrate it, So it's not the question of it, going away or dying out, something like that. But I think one has to be proud of it and preserve our identity, and that's really what the objective is. So Cherry Blossom Festival this time is being done in a much larger scale compared to the last time. We have, of course, a lot of delegates coming in from different parts of the country and the world. We will also be having, for the first time, a literary festival during this Cherry Blossom Festival, which is something that we feel is unique, and we would like to do it annually. Apart from that, of course, there are many aspects of culture also attached to that. And on the 25th, when we'll be inaugurating, we'll be speaking more about it. So, but all I can say right now is that it's something that is going to be at a much more broader and larger scale compared to the last years. So, Baljek Airport, as you're aware, already the survey is going on. We have met the Civil Aviation Minister even about 2 months back, and he has assured us of full support. We are very hopeful that very soon we'll be able to start some service in Tura, in Baljek, and we are proposing that at least a Shillong-Tura flight should start, because the other flights will require a slightly longer runway. But the process of extending the runway is on, land acquisition process is on. We are very hopeful that we'll be able to complete the exercise and extend the runway very, very soon. Talking about the road connectivity to Tura, I'm sure all of you are already aware that Government of India has approved the proposal of 4-lane from Paikan to Tura. This approval has taken place recently, and the entire work now for land acquisition is in progress. Once the 4-lane highway comes to Tura from Paikan, it will be a great boon and a great benefit for the people of Tura and Garo Hills in general. Apart from that, of course, as you're aware, many road projects from the state government as well as from World Bank and other central schemes are going on right now in Garo Hills. So we're very hopeful that by the end of this working season, there will be a huge improvement in the overall road infrastructure in Garo Hills in particular and the state as a whole. So rail connectivity, obviously we are having the rail connectivity up to Mindi, and there have been departments have examined the proposal to extend further, but those are only at examination stage. What is important right now, like I discussed and briefed to all of you yesterday, that we are looking at the connectivity in the rest of the state, and there are some hurdles we're facing because of that, but we're trying to work on it and trying to improve. So national games, there are 4 states in total: Goa, Uttarakhand, Chhattisgarh, and then Meghalaya. National games are held every 2 years. Goa has not been able to hold the games for whatever reasons, and it has been delayed. So if our number and our sequence were to be counted, we would get our chance after 8 years from the IOA. And therefore, the question of it having next year is next to impossible, simply because of the sequence of the chances that we get. But in terms of infrastructure, we are working all out to create the infrastructure, and we are hopeful that we will be able to create most of the infrastructure so that even though the national games cannot, we should be able to host other games like the Northeast Olympics, like the tribal festival for the youth, and table tennis national championship, and other programs and sports activities which are part of the 50-year celebration.
Honorable Chief Minister has already mentioned that government has taken all steps necessary to increase the number of infrastructures that we have, better them. In fact, a lot of it we're looking at probably getting a chance to either incorporate it next year or start next year. And I'm also part of the Meghalaya State Olympic Association. So there we have a very clear mandate on the fact that all associations are geared up. They're geared up to ensure that with the infrastructure and the facilities that we're getting from the government, the associations are moving forward to train their athletes and to make themselves ready for these.